Second and one.
Touch, yeah. Taste.
Hi everyone. We will start with Cream in person.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
So
Recording
this
in
morning,
progress.
We were talking about the three-point shooting,
Yeah.
improving. Tonight it kind of took a little bit of dip.
Definitely.
Kind of from your perspective, kind of what was going on there. I don't know if you liked the looks that you were getting, that just weren't falling, or if you thought you needed better ones.
Yeah, we had some possessions where it was like bop 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 bop. A lot of the 3-point attempts were some of our better ball movement possessions. I thought those were good looks, and they just didn't drop. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So when we were working it around in the perimeter, I was pleased. There were some inside looks, which is not what you asked about, but we could have found, a little bit more of our inside presence there. But from a 3-point standpoint, I thought those were really good looks, and I was really proud of how they shared the basketball.
Kieran, first quarter, you guys were getting a lot going inside. I think it was 16 points in the paint in that first quarter, and then like 20 the rest of the game. Was it something that they were doing defensively? Did they switch anything that made it harder down there, or from what perspective, what kind of changed down there for you?
I think they started to go on a run. Like, they started to score a lot, and we were allowing our defense to kind of dictate depending on if we made buckets. And I think they kind of did the same thing, full front and just try to deny as much as they can in the post. And, like Coach said, sometimes it was some easy ones that were missed. But, when it comes in, like, we were too slow of reacting to the second man or just, deciding to shoot over two people. And that kind of just messes up the rhythm. So just making adjustments faster when reading those double teams and, finishing more through contact. So.
Thank you. Lucy, congrats, career high. I know those kind of things don't mean as much in a loss, but when today did it feel good, like the ball was going to go through the hoop, and you're shooting it with a lot of confidence, and how has that grown over the course of the season to kind of get to this point?
Yeah, I think my teammates found me in really good spots. A lot of my shots were very open with good screens, and I don't think Coach said we got some good looks, but a lot of them were pretty contested. I think I just happened to get some more open looks just because we have so many threats on our team that the defense was probably on them a little tighter.
What's it like to...
Oh, it's exciting. I mean, I wish we won the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're building.
Cool. And one more for you, Sid. Kind of, they came back in that second quarter, but kind of really stretched it out in that third. From your perspective, what kind of happened defensively to really kind of let them get on that run? I think it was whatever the run ended up being.
Yeah.
But that third quarter is kind of really where they kind of extended things.
I thought Kira spoke very well on it. And, I think a little bit of our offense affected our defense, and the Lynx really hurt us in transition, in that second and a lot in that third quarter, So they get all the credit of just kind of getting the stops they wanted and then, attacking us, and we weren't quite as locked in, frankly, there, and that's where it got away from us.
Thank you.
Zoom.
Hi.
Hey all, I just have one for Lucy. I'm kind of piggybacking off of what Kareem said, but we really saw you kind of also be a little aggressive in how you attack. We've seen you be able to shoot more three-pointers this season than twos, but tonight you were really able to cut, get to the basket, get past your defender. What was it about the way Minnesota was defending you specifically to set you up in those spots?
Yeah, I think my teammates just set really good screens. It's hard to switch off of Sonia when she's such a great shooter and player, and same with the bigs, the pick and rolls. It's a tough play to guard, and tonight I just saw the opening. I think every day at practice we've been getting better on it, and I'm just feeling a little more comfortable each day.
That's all I needed. Thank you.
John?
Hey everybody, Kira, I'll start with you. Wanted to ask you about Aaliyah real quick because I know you know what it's like coming back from an injury and trying to reestablish yourself. And just curious, what did you notice that was a little different or improved from her tonight to get her to the 15 points, almost perfect shooting?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, I've kind of been in that position. Hopefully, it's in the past, but I mean, coming out and trying to get your rhythm, trying to get a flow, and majority of the time it's in low minutes. It's tough, but the one thing that we can always control is our energy and our effort. And every time Aaliyah's out there on the floor, whether it's practice and in the game, just like Lucy said, everything Lucy's been doing is shit. Excuse me. It's been happening in practice. Like they work hard. They're not waiting for something to be given to them, and they just compete, and that's what it's supposed to look like. No matter if it's a play set up for you, or if you play 5 or 35 minutes, like you have to go out there and compete, and both of them showed that today, and that's just everything that they do every single day. So I'm super proud of them despite the loss.
Lucy, turning to you, you mentioned in the preseason how Courtney Williams was a player you looked up to, and you both kind of went shot for shot a little bit in the mid range. And I know that's not something you focus on during the game or anything, but what was it like for you, kind of going against her and being able to hit a couple mid range shots? I mean, you said you were open for a lot of them, but some of those you hit through contact or hand in your face.
Yeah, I definitely love the mid-range game, and she's really good at it. So, yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Sydney, for you, with Shug and Jade and Slim all missing time lately, how much of a lift has it been having Lucy not just absorbing some of those minutes, but really looking for her shot like she did tonight or against Vegas last week?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, there's no surprise in terms of a real strength of our team playing inside out, whether that's through Kira and Kiki, our guards getting downhill, Slim, Jade, Sonia at times. And so to be able to, we have to balance that. We can't live off of just points in the paint. So, Lucy's had some great moments. It's been awesome. And she continues to just get better and better and better, make open shots, show off her mid-range. She's getting better defensively. And she got the support and respect of her teammates and the coaching staff. So it's a real shot in the arm for us when she comes out and plays like she did today.
Last one for me, just what'd you like about Aaliyah's shot selection tonight?
More importantly than that, Jen, it's been, a little bumpy ride for her the last 48 hours, and, there's been a lot of attention on her in ways that she didn't want and wasn't fair to her. And I just love her professionalism, and I love the sisterhood where they've just rallied around each other and just support her. And so for her to be able to lock in and continue to just focus on her role and her connection with her teammates, and she's a mystic, and so I'm not worrying about shot selection and all that. I'm proud that happy that she has a really nice moment and outing. And that we can share in it. So for me, that's really all I have to say about that. She's a really good person, and she's one of many in that locker room. I feel privileged to coach them.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Recording stopped. We are off to the next